Hey, what up? This is Ree here, Real Motherfucker, back again with another video. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification. It really helps me. And don't forget to check out my website, paradxastrology.com. I am a professional astrologer. I can help you with anything. Okay, let's get into this video. I want to talk about what's going to happen, the world economy, and some indicators that we may see a crash in the economy, in the stock market, a lot of different things in astrology. So I kind of want to warn you about that and why I'm seeing that. Okay, this will be one part of the video. The other part will be Neptune in retrograde. This one's about Mars in retrograde right now. So I look back into the history because Mars is going retrograde in this one nakshatra, which is called Mrigashira, and it's going retrograde in that nakshatra right now. So I wanted to see what else has happened during these times while it was going retrograde in that exact same place, because a lot of astrologers, I'm not going to take credit for this one, a lot of astrologers are predicting an economic crash happening in October. And so I wanted to really look at what were the other events that caused this in the past. And so when Mars was in retrograde before, this is what I found. So Mars is going retrograde on October 30th. It'll be retrograde until January 12th, okay? So we have some time to prepare for this. So Mars retrograde happened in this exact nakshatra before in 2008, and it also happened in October 21st, 1990. It also happened in 1912. All of these times we saw the stock market crash in this exact place when it went retrograde. And I'm going to explain to you what happened. October 1990, the stock market crashed huge. It was at 20 degrees, right? So Mars is going retrograde at 1 degree Gemini. And October 21st, 1990, it was at 20 degrees of Taurus, which is 3 degrees away from this nakshatra. And that's when we saw the stock market crash, when it was that close. Also, on January 21st, 2008, the stock market crashed. On this day, Mars was in retrograde at 0 degrees Gemini. So it was almost exact. It's 1 degree off. This was a huge stock market crash in January when everything went down. This was like a very big deal. And so this has the potential of happening again around October 30th or all the way till January. So this was actually a really big deal. So it was the exact same place in retrograde. There was another time. So January 25th, 1929, at that time, we had Mars going retrograde at 28 degrees Taurus, right close to the 0 degrees and the 1 degree Gemini. Very close, same nakshatra. That's when the stock market crashed again. And that was a very huge deal. And we see what's happening, kind of mirrors what's happening. The other thing that makes me believe that there will be a stock market crash is that coming up, we have an eclipse on October 25th. And this eclipse is going to be happening in the nakshatra Shawtee. And this, which is Libra. And in 1929, when we had the huge stock market crash, we had an eclipse that year in November, which was November 1st, 1929, in the exact same nakshatra. So not only do we have Mars going retrograde, same nakshatra that caused that crash in 1929, we have the eclipse happening, same nakshatra. This nakshatra Mrigashira has to do with partnerships. When Mars comes into this place, it tears partnerships up. It breaks teams up so they're no longer cooperative and can work in unison. So that's why we see when Mars is doing this, it can tear up the markets, the stock market, the economy, because when it's in Gemini, Gemini rules the stock market because it's Mercury. Mercury is the markets, right? And when it's in Taurus, Taurus is also our valuables. It's the things that we value. So we could end up losing valuables. So that's why that nakshatra is in between both of them. Also, Saturn is going retrograde right now in the exact same degrees that it was in 1933, which was considered the worst year for the Great Depression. It was going through at 23 degrees Capricorn, and it's right now in retrograde at 24 degrees. So it's the exact same place when we had the Great Depression. So with all these indicating factors, I would be very cautious of what's about to happen, especially once the eclipse triggers this. We're going to see something happen coming up with the markets and just to be very cautious. But don't worry, it doesn't happen like this forever. After a while, like it will go up again. It's just that's how the markets are. But just to warn you, you would have to wait it out. This is not financial advice, by the way. I am an astrologer. Okay, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.